99% of people don't know these truth of money. Pay yourself first. From a very young age, the education system has conditioned us to follow the same path. It starts with studies, then it goes on with a 9-to-5 job, more or less well paid. Then you have to buy a house to take care of your family. And of course, you have to buy a car for your family. Ideally, you should make these purchases on credit. Save for a rainy day. By paying yourself first, you're going to save a lot of money without realizing it. Then it's up to you to choose how best to invest these savings so that they grow and don't become devalued by inflation, but that is another problem. With real savings at your disposal, you will be ready to face difficult days. If you lose your job, you'll be able to get through the bad times. Live below your means. As I have explained, the consumer society we live in is doing everything possible to ensure that we spend more and more money. Advertisers are being more inventive so that you always want to buy new things. But if you take the time to think about it, you'll realize that you don't need to change your smartphone every year to get the latest iPhone, for example. You can settle for a cheaper smartphone that will perform the same functions. Don't get into debt. I've always been surprised to see so many people using and abusing credit. I even know people who have practically ended up ruined by accumulating all kinds of credits. The worst thing is that the majority of these credits were contracted for useless things. I'm going to talk about Apple again, but first you should know that I recognize the quality of Apple's products. Nevertheless, you will agree with me if I tell you that the products debt gives you that feeling that everything is free, and that's a mistake. By taking the time to save, you'll give real value back to the things that consumer society constantly pushes you to buy. The result is guaranteed you'll spend much less. Perhaps the only debt exception is the purchase of your permanent residence, but even so, many will tell you that it is ultimately more profitable to remain a tenant.